Welcome back to AM Northwest on this Monday morning. Infertility is something that many couples face, and the effects on a woman's psyche can be devastating. Here to share her own story, we welcome the author of I'm Taking My Eggs and Going Home, Lisa Manterfield. I love the title of the book. It kind of says it all, really. But tell us about your story. You met your husband when you were 32.
Yes. Yeah, so I was 34 when we got married, and we talked about it before we got married and decided that we wanted children together. And so
but now he had other children.
No, he had grown children already, yes.
Okay.
So this was the first time for me, and it's something that I'd always wanted and always expected to do, but never found that right person until he came along. So we set off down that road, and things just didn't go as planned.
Well, you actually became kind of addicted to the idea of having a baby. So what were you willing to do, and what did you do?
Interestingly enough, we were referred to a fertility doctor really early on in the process, and unfortunately he wasn't the most scrupulous doctor, I'm afraid, and he recommended IVF for us right away without any testing, which was really shocking to me. And so from that point we said, even if it comes to the point where this is the only option for us, that's not the direction that we want to go. And so we went through alternative treatments. We did acupuncture and Chinese medicine and all kinds of things. We resorted to witchcraft at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it really became kind of crazy. And I'm a pretty down-to-earth, kind of logical kind of woman.
Right.
But this drive just pushed me to do all kinds of insane things.
So at what point did you say enough is enough and I think we'll be okay without children?
That didn't come at one single point. There was a point where we knew, I don't think this is going to work out, and what are we going to do?
Because you were even willing to, I don't know how to say this, but you're like, well, my husband's older, he'll probably die off, I'll have a child on my own.
That thought crossed my mind at one point, which is really shocking for me to sit here and tell you.
Yeah.
But at one point I thought, well, when he's gone,
I could do it on my own, yeah.
Yeah, we'll come up with another plan. So, and that was kind of the first point I thought, this has really gone too far.
Right.
This has gone too far. And then I had a friend who said, my husband and I went through something similar, and we realized that we are already a family. We're just a family of two. And that was a big aha moment for me. It's like, we are a family. What does define family? Does it have to include children? And we came to the realization that, what, for us, maybe it doesn't.
So if someone has a friend out there who's suffering from infertility, is there something you can say or do?
Yes, yeah. I mean, just let that person know that you're there if they want to talk, but understand that they might not want to talk. I mean, this is a very personal issue, and sometimes people, I know that I didn't want to talk about it while I was going through it. After the fact, I was more than happy to talk, but at the time, you're just kind of trying to get through those emotions. But if you know that there's somebody there that's willing to listen when you are ready to talk, that's great.
You talk about the society being a mom-centric society. Do you still see that?
I do. And I think it's hard, especially for women who wanted children and weren't able to. Most women are surrounded by mothers, by families with small children, and it can be really hard, especially when you're going through infertility, to be around other people's children.
Well, your book is fascinating. Your website, your blog is really interesting. You have a great way of writing. Well, tell folks again, the title of the book is I'm Taking My Eggs and I'm Going Home. Lisa, thank you very much. Appreciate it.